G'day, I'm Shane Dowling and I publish the website Kangaroo Court of Australia. Now on Monday night, the 8th of March 2021, the ABC Four Corners program broadcast a story called Bursting the Canberra Bubble, which was a follow-up from a story they did in November last year called Inside the Canberra Bubble. Now on Monday night they replayed a couple of elements from the show last year. Specifically they broadcast an interview they did with the former Australian Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull, who discussed a meeting he had with the current Attorney General, Christian Porter, back in 2017. Now, that's worth reviewing at this point in time because the circumstances have changed. So let's have a look at, listen to what Malcolm Turnbull said on Monday night.
On the 6th of December 2017, I had a meeting with Porter in my office, and I told him that I had had reports of him being out in public, having had too much to drink, and in the company with young women, and he acknowledged that. He didn't argue with that. And I just said, look, this is unacceptable conduct for a cabinet minister, and it exposes you to the risk of compromise.
Now, Malcolm Turnbull just said that he'd put allegations to Christian Porter that he'd been out partying with young women, which potentially put him in a compromising position, and that Christian Porter acknowledged that. But it wasn't just Malcolm Turnbull saying that. Let's have a listen to a former Liberal Party staff member.
When we're at the bar, I noticed that Minister Porter was with someone in the corner, and they were clearly very intimate. They were cuddling, they were kissing. It was quite confronting, given that we were in such a public place, and we're in a place where we had multiple press gallery journalists, multiple MPs and senators.
Now that's former Liberal Party staff member Rochelle Miller going one step further and saying she's seen Christian Porter in public having a sexual relationship, kissing, cuddling with a junior staff member. So that's two witnesses now we've got saying that about Christian Porter. One was a direct witness, and the former Prime Minister hearing rumours and putting those to Christian Porter, and him and Christian Porter apparently acknowledging it.
The public bar incident remained inside the Canberra bubble. It never leaked. Christian Porter did not respond to Four Corners' multiple requests for an interview or answer our detailed questions. He provided a brief statement about his meeting with Mr Turnbull in December 2017. Mr Porter said that in the meeting, Malcolm Turnbull queried whether there was any accuracy to the story Mr Turnbull had heard. According to Mr Porter, the answer was no.
Now, you just heard ABC journalist Louise Miller say that on multiple times they put detailed questions to Christian Porter and refused to respond, which is 100% consistent with which is what has happened over the last few weeks in relation to the rape allegations. And the same with rape allegations, he claimed that detailed questions were never put to him, which is a lie. And he did that last year as well when Inside the Canberra Bubble story first went to air. The next day or that night, he issued a press release saying he'd never had detailed questions put to him, which was a lie, and he eventually admitted that. And he's done the same thing over the last couple of weeks. But you also heard him say that Malcolm Turnbull put the question to him, was he out partying with young women, and he denied it. Well, that's totally different than what Malcolm Turnbull said. And Malcolm Turnbull tweeted that Monday night and in effect called Christian Porter a liar. Now, some people might say, well, that's totally unrelated to the rape allegations. Well, it's not. If you're in a court of law and you're on the witness stand, the barrister for the opposing party is allowed to ask you questions totally unrelated to the matter at hand if it goes to the credibility of the witness. So if Christian Porter was in the witness stand, say at an inquiry in relation to the rape allegations, and they started asking him about the Canberra bubble and how he gave contradictory story to Malcolm Turnbull, well, they're allowed to ask him about that because it goes to his credibility. So you haven't just got Malcolm Turnbull saying he's lying. You've also got Rochelle Miller, who didn't say he was lying, but gave a totally contradictory story. So this is relevant now. This is relevant to the rape allegations. people are saying, oh, well, we can't prove whether he's guilty or not, he hasn't had his day in court, etc. We're not trying to prove that. All we have to determine is whether he's credible in his denial that he's given. Well, he gave denials last year and they weren't credible, obviously, given that you've got a number of witnesses contradicting his story. So as Attorney General, he's got to go, as simple as that.